the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela. We are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Visitor sideline, their head coach. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games. We're making that trek. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step.
Off the bat at a first down.
16 yards. First down, Rams.
Well, there you go. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. We'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Up the middle they go. Touchdown. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw here. Shoves him aside. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. But able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on speed over parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw. Westbrook. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards over the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He'll try to pick it up himself. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They give up the middle to Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brought down by Jared Verse. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Operating from the gun. Westbrook. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it to the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Rams offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Micah Parsons. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big... As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented there.
Practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pick.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. That is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
24-yard line.
And the Rams at 11-5 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. Throwing one, and it's complete. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll look to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, Rams.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Pick up the 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal.
2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Rams are able to widen their advantage.
Oh, this is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Steelers 3.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Throwing to start the drive. Westbrook dumping it off for Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here.
To number 20. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and...
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 4.
From the gun on 3rd down. Westbrook. And he fends him off. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Westbrook. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Looking to throw. Westbrook. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
That's good for us Steelers.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Johnson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now out come the Steelers.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before the game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Operating from the gun, Westbrook. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Westbrook. And he will have the Steelers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Operating from the gun, Westbrook. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw. Westbrook. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Rams first down.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Here we go, the final weekend of the regular season. Week 18, Sort It Out Sunday. Let's get to sorting. Our spin around the NFL starts now at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The Cardinals at home to take on the Falcons. And this is the Cardinals quarterback. He went for more than 300 yards passing, including this, one of his 3 touchdowns through the air. From there, let's go to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Check in on the Titans as they host the Indianapolis Colts. And this is Jack Besh. It's fired deep downfield. He's right there to secure it. 80 yards on the catch and run for the touchdown. The Colts finish off a disappointing.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Throwing to start the drive. Westbrook. He's got this complete to Robinson.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Steelers first down.
Up the middle, Johnson. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. From the gun, a run for Johnson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Looking to throw. Westbrook. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one is right through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
That's another Rams first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. shot here on the ground. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
15 yards. That's another Rams first down. First and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down.
Awesome.
Well, this could set up a very interesting decision.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Complete to number 4. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every position for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Well, it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I ever know.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
A gain of 5. First down, Los Angeles.
They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Boy, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
First down, Rams.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. And they keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. A little jet sweep to start the drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
They'll hand it off now, Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And the Steelers first down.
Back to throw. Westbrook. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
He was covered by Cameron Kinchen.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Here's the give to McIntosh. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll bring a tight end in motion. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
You got to figure it out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Steelers 16.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
107 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
At the Steelers' 9-yard line.
They'll look to throw here.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they probably got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the Rams might have it, and they do have it.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught.
And the Rams are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Rams. First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got to be frustrated. Bottled up for the third straight play. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
A lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. And this is going to be a Steelers first.